you get near him, you turn into this pathetic, needy, insecure victim, and the thing that pisses me off the most is that you're more than willing to go right back from work.
If you've ever waited for a man to finally realize your worth, replayed his mixed signals at 2 a.m., made excuses for why he's distant, or convinced yourself this time will be different, then I need you to hear this. You're not in love. You're in denial. Because that's exactly what Carrie Bradshaw, the iconic lead from Sex and the City, did. She kept mistaking uncertainty for passion and validation for love. She kept chasing the version of Big she created in her head, not the one standing right in front of her. And honestly, that's what so many of us do. We tell ourselves it's complicated, when really it's not. He's just not choosing you. And instead of walking away, we start auditioning for the role we already deserve. You might already be living Carrie's story, but you don't have to have her ending. Because if you want real love, the kind that doesn't drain you, that doesn't make you beg for the bare minimum, it starts with you. So let's break down what Carrie got wrong, and the 6 principles every woman needs to avoid her heartbreak. This is SheBoss Chronicles, lessons from the dark side, where we break down iconic women who fell, not to judge, but to learn what not to become. Principle 1, be the right woman. Before you ask for a healthy relationship, ask yourself, am I ready to sustain one? Carrie Bradshaw wasn't. She wanted a stable man, but lived an unstable life. She spent rent money on shoes, ignored her finances, and called it fashion. That's the problem. You can't build a peaceful love life when your personal life is chaos. You can't attract stability when you're constantly running from accountability.
When was the last time you backed up?
No one talks about backing up. You've never used that expression with me before ever, but apparently everybody's secretly running home at night and backing up their work.
Being the right woman doesn't mean being perfect. It means being responsible, emotionally, mentally, and financially. It means showing up with your baggage unpacked, not expecting someone else to carry it for you. Because if you're always broke, always late, always overwhelmed, you'll keep mistaking chaos for chemistry and rescue for romance. Love doesn't fix dysfunction. It magnifies it. So before you look for the one, get your life in order, pay your bills, heal your habits, take responsibility for your choices. The right man won't complete you. He'll meet you. But first, you have to meet yourself at a higher standard. Principle 2, choose the right man. Carrie Bradshaw didn't choose love. She chose the chase. Big was never really hers. Not emotionally, not mentally, not even logistically. He was the man who was always almost ready, almost divorced, almost committed, almost there. And instead of walking away, she built her life around waiting for his potential.
It was the lowest of the low. I had just finished making love to my married ex-boyfriend on his lunch hour at his apartment, while his 25-year-old wife was sunning herself at the Hamptons.
That's the trap. Too many women confuse connection with chemistry and potential with promise. But if you have to fix him, convince him, or wait for him, he's not the right man. Carrie ignored every red flag. She dated a man who was unavailable, then acted surprised when he wasn't available. She kept coming back, thinking her love would change him. But here's the truth. Love doesn't make a man ready. Accountability does. And that's his job, not yours. Choosing the right man isn't about finding perfection. It's about finding peace. It's knowing the difference between someone who challenges you and someone who drains you. When you choose the wrong man, you lose years. When you choose the right one, you gain clarity. So stop romanticizing the chaos. Stop mistaking mixed signals for mystery. The right man won't make you question your worth. He'll reflect it. Principle 3, don't be a doormat. Set boundaries. Every time Big pulled away, Carrie came running back. Every time he breadcrumbed her with just enough affection to keep her hooked, she mistook it for progress. She kept lowering her standards and calling it patience. But the truth is, when you accept the bare minimum, that becomes your maximum. Carrie's biggest mistake wasn't loving Big. It was teaching him that no matter how much he hurt her, she'd always come back. That no matter how inconsistent he was, she'd always make excuses. And once a man knows you'll stay through the pain, he stops fearing to lose you.
Why is it so hard for you to factor me into your life in any real way?
Boundaries don't push love away. They filter it. They separate the men who are serious from the ones who are just bored. They protect your peace, your time, and your dignity. Being a nice girl doesn't mean being a doormat. It means being kind, not blind. It means loving someone without losing yourself. My last boyfriend was a people pleaser, and maybe it was because of his job being in sales, but he had no boundaries. And what it meant to him is that I shouldn't have one too, because when I enforced mine, I was being difficult. Because he was my most stable relationship with no cheating and drama, I felt compelled to always be there, but it just increased the disrespect and disregard, especially when his family came along. So don't wait for him to see your worth. Show it through what you no longer tolerate. Because the moment you stop begging to be chosen, you start choosing yourself. And if he doesn't choose you, that's his loss. If you want me to make a full video on boundaries, comment boundaries below. Principle 4, maintain independence and self-worth. Carrie Bradshaw didn't just fall for Big. She lost herself in him. Her world started revolving around his calls, his moods, his schedule. When he pulled away, her life paused. When he came back, everything lit up again. That's not love. That's emotional dependency disguised as devotion. Carrie used to have a full life. Friends, writing, fashion, fun. But somewhere between heartbreak and hope, she stopped living for herself and started living for the next text. And that's what happens when you forget your value outside of a relationship. When you make one person the center of your happiness, everything else becomes background noise. You stop showing up for your dreams. You stop setting goals. You stop being you. Here's the truth. A woman who abandons her own life to fit into a man's will always feels half-loved because she's only half present. Independence isn't about pushing men away. It's about having a life so full that love becomes a bonus, not a lifeline. It's about wanting a relationship and not needing one. The right man doesn't want a woman who worships him. He wants a woman who inspires him because she's busy building her own empire. So don't orbit around anyone. You are not a satellite. You are the sun. And whoever joins your life should shine beside you, not dim your light. Principle 5, cheating and betrayal. Let's be real. The moment Carrie chose to be the other woman, she stopped choosing herself.
Carrie! I see you! Wait! I knew you were having an affair, but not in my house! Stop! I'm talking to you!
She told herself it was love, that what she and Big had was different, that Natasha was just the obstacle in their meant-to-be story. But cheating doesn't make you special. It makes you complicit. You can't build peace on someone else's pain. And you can't expect loyalty from a man who cheats with you, because deep down, you'll always wonder when it'll be your turn to be replaced. And that's what betrayal does. It chips away at your self-respect until you start believing you don't deserve anything pure. Here's the truth no one wants to say. Every time you cross a moral line in the name of love, you teach yourself to settle for less. The guilt doesn't just fade, it lingers. It shapes how you trust, how you love, how you see yourself. So don't confuse passion with possession. If someone isn't yours, let them go. Because no relationship born out of betrayal ever ends in peace. It just hands you a mirror you'll spend years trying to look away from. Principle 6, stop waiting to be chosen. Carrie spent years waiting for Big to finally choose her. Through his marriage, his silence, his distance, she stayed. And when he finally did choose her, it wasn't romantic. It was tragic, because she had already spent years proving her worth to a man who only valued her when she was gone.
How can you be engaged? You have a problem with commitment, remember? You told me you never wanted to get married again, ever.
Well, things change.
Meaning what? You just didn't want to marry me.
Waiting to be chosen is the slowest form of self-abandonment. You start shrinking your needs, silencing your gut, and calling it patience. You make excuses for why he's not ready, instead of asking why you're still waiting. Carrie kept thinking, if I'm patient, he'll change. But men don't fall in love because you waited. They fall in love because they respect you. Natasha understood that. She had standards. She walked away when her boundaries were crossed. She didn't audition for love. She expected it. And that's exactly why Big married her. Not because she was prettier or more perfect, but because she didn't beg to be chosen. The sad part? Carrie thought Natasha won because she got the ring. But the truth is, Natasha won because she never lost herself trying to earn it. If you want to be the woman who gets chosen effortlessly, stop waiting to be picked. Start picking yourself. Because real love doesn't require convincing. It recognizes your value, the same way you should. Carrie had to lose everything. Aiden's trust, her money, her boundaries, her self-respect, just to realize the love she was begging Big for was the love she needed to give herself. So don't be Carrie. Be the woman who built herself so strong she doesn't flinch when someone walks away. Be the woman who doesn't confuse attention for affection. Be the woman who doesn't audition for love. She embodies it. Because when you stop chasing love and start being love, you stop waiting to be chosen. You start choosing you. And that's when everything, including the right man, starts choosing you back. If Carrie Bradshaw's story inspired you as much as it inspires me, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment about the SheBoss you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and as always, stay boss.